Welcome to the Ghostly Chronicles, the echoes beneath the ice. The storm hit faster than anyone predicted. By 7 p.m., the winds screamed like living things across the Arctic plateau, slamming against the glass of Outpost Helix, a research station buried beneath 30 feet of ancient ice. Inside, 5 scientists huddled around the flickering light of a dying generator. Dr. Mara Ellison, a geologist, stared at the readouts on her tablet. The tremors had started just before the blizzard, deep vibrations far below the ice shelf.
Something's moving down there, but it's not tectonic.
Maybe a subglacial river breaking through. A melt pocket.
No, it's rhythmic, almost like footsteps.
The others laughed nervously, brushing off the tension. They'd been isolated for nearly 3 months. Paranoia came easy up here, but when the second tremor hit, the laughter died. The sound was unmistakable this time. A low, hollow boom, followed by another. Boom. Boom. Like something massive. Walking. Under the ice. The descent. When the storm finally eased at midnight, Mara insisted on investigating. Against Raj's protests, she and 2 others, Leo, the technician, and Amara, the medic, suited up and descended through the ice tunnel to the lower excavation site. The elevator creaked as it sank into blue darkness, walls glistening like frozen glass. Their lamps flickered, frost formed halos around their breath.
Anyone else hearing that?
It was faint, like whispers carried by the ice.
Help us, so-called.
Mara froze. The radio crackled with static.
Base, do you copy?
Only silence replied. They reached level 7, the deepest point of the excavation, a cavern of shimmering walls and black ice. In the center was a fissure about 6 feet wide. Something pulsed faintly inside it, light, red and slow, like a heartbeat.
What the hell is that?
The ice exhaled. A gust of cold mist burst upward, smelling faintly of salt and decay. The red light brightened. Then, from inside the fissure, a voice spoke. Mara's voice.
Help me. Please, it's dark down here.
That's not funny, Leo.
It's not me.
Help me. Mara, help me. Find the door.
And then the ice cracked. The hollow thing. A jagged seam tore open beneath their feet. Amara screamed as the floor gave way, plunging them into a pit of frozen dust and darkness. Mara's lamp spun wildly before dying. The last thing she saw was something moving inside the ice, a tall, thin shadow, with arms too long and eyes that glowed red from within the walls. When Mara came to, her radio was dead. Leo was gone. Only Amara's glove remained, half frozen into the ice beside her. She climbed to her feet, calling their names, but her voice echoed strangely, delayed, distorted, like something was repeating it deep below. She followed the faint red glow deeper through the tunnels. The air grew warmer, meltwater dripped from the ceiling, forming ripples on the ice floor. At the end of the tunnel stood a door, black metal, half buried in the glacier, ancient and sealed shut. Strange markings were etched into its surface, symbols that shimmered like frost veins. And there, beneath the ice, she saw faces, human faces, dozens of them, eyes open, mouths frozen mid-scream, their features flickered, shifting. Leo, Amara, even Raj, as though the ice were learning their forms. The whispering began again.
Mara, open the door. Let us out.
Her trembling hands brushed the symbols. They pulsed faintly under her fingers. She realized too late that they weren't carvings. They were veins, part of something alive. The fissure glowed brighter. The ice began to move, flowing like water. A massive shape pushed forward, breaking through. A humanoid figure made of translucent flesh and ice, hollow eyes burning with red light. Mara stumbled backward as it spoke in a dozen overlapping voices, her own among them.
We were explorers, once, like you.
It stepped closer, each movement cracking the ice around it. Inside its chest, she saw shadows of faces, screaming, twisting, merging.
We found the door beneath the world, it continued, and the world found us.
Mara realized the truth. These were the echoes of every team that had ever gone missing here. The ice had recorded them, absorbed their minds, their memories. It wasn't a glacier, it was a hive, a living memory of everything that ever froze within it. And now, it wanted her. Mara ran. The tunnels warped behind her, reshaping into impossible spirals. Every few steps, she saw reflections of herself in the ice. Each reflection a little slower, a little closer. She climbed through the service shaft, lungs burning as the whispers rose to a scream. The red light followed her like a pulse. When she reached the elevator, she slammed the button. Nothing, The power was dead. The shadow loomed below, stretching up the walls.
Mara, you can't leave. You're part of us now.
She looked down and saw Leo standing below her, his face pale, his eyes hollow. "Help me," he whispered. Then his skin cracked open like thin glass, revealing the red glow beneath.
Mara screamed and grabbed the emergency flare from her belt. With one motion, she hurled it into the fissure below.
The world erupted in light and thunder. The ice screamed, actually screamed, as fire licked through the tunnels. She climbed, blind, coughing, until she broke through the surface hatch and collapsed into the snow. Above her, the aurora rippled across the sky. Green, purple, gold, eerily beautiful. The storm had passed. The outpost lay silent behind her. She turned once, just once, before leaving. The ice was reforming over the hole, smooth and still, and in the reflection, she saw her own face smiling back at her. Only, her reflection didn't stop smiling when she did. Epilogue. 3 months later, a new research team arrived at Outpost Helix. They found the tunnels intact, the labs untouched. The only sign anyone had ever been there was a single line scrawled on the wall in frost. "The ice remembers." When they checked the audio logs from the generator room, the first sound they heard wasn't static.
It was Mara's voice, soft, calm, and echoing from far, far below. "Welcome back. We've been waiting."
Please like, share, and subscribe.